Good Friday morning, everybody, and welcome to July the 2nd, 2021. Heck of a way to start out a morning. Beautiful morning so far. The sun isn't even up yet. And I'm in the pump house taking apart the intake for the pump. And the reason you're probably asking why I'm doing that on my birthday, well, I noticed yesterday the pressure on some of the sprinklers was dropping off, and I came down to check this little pump, and it was making weird noises. So what I'm thinking is the intake is plugged up with muck, like we had a couple years ago, and sure enough, it's got a bunch of junk on the end of it. So we're going to get this up out of here, get it cleaned up, and peekaboo, I'll show you what's going on. Okay, I don't know if you can see it or not, but I got the pump intake loose, and yeah, there it is right there. Bunch of that dadgum green moss hanging on the end of it. I don't know if you can see it while I'm moving it here in the deal. Let me pull this on up out of the pond here, and we'll get a better peek at it. Up, I don't lose control of it first. Well, now that the sun's up, maybe you all can see what I'm doing and digging around for down here in the pond, but maybe not. So I'm going to rig you up, and we're going to go fishing down there, see what kind of muck I can pull up out of it. When I first noticed the sprinklers having issues with lack of water pressure, I was hoping a gopher had managed to chew through a garden hose and it was leaking water. But no, I was afraid of it. We got that stuff back again. Yeah. It's gotten hot and that stuff has showed up. I don't know if you can see it real well, but yeah, I'm fishing it up out of there. We start out up here near the top of the intake pipe for the irrigation pump, and it's nice and clean, but the further down we go, the more muck and crud we see stuck to it. I know you're not going to be able to see it real well because of the sunlight the way it is just yet. But you come on down here to the intake screen, and looky there. Got a whole bunch of that stuff stuck to that intake. Yeah, no wonder that pump was having a hard time sucking up water. So we're going to have to disassemble that and clean that out now. The end of this thing just unscrews, if I remember right. Yep, it does. Look at all that muck we're getting out of there. Yeah. That little basket here on the end of this intake is plugged up with that stuff. It won't let water get up into that pump. So let's pull this part here and see. Yep, I don't know if you can see it. There's a big old wad of green muck in there. Okay, there is the insides of that little basket. We call it a basket. It looks kind of like a little waste basket. It's all cleaned out on the inside of it. No more goop in there. And now to see what's in the end of this. Okay, that is the check valve. Yeah. That's the, I don't know if you can see it or not. That plunger goes up and down right there, and that's what keeps water from coming back out the wrong way around. And it's got some stuff in it too. We're gonna try digging what we can out with this. But I think most of that would end up going on up into the pump and going right on through without causing any issues. Alrighty, we got the check valve deal cleaned out. I know it's working now. So we will screw the strainer basket back on the end of it here. And we'll go over and see if the mud has settled in the bottom of the pond enough that we can see where more muck is, if any is left in it after I've been fishing for it. And if there is, we'll get some more out. If not, we'll fill this pipe back full of water again and turn the pump on and get it going. You've probably heard me mention this little jewel before. It's a swivels here in the middle. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, but that one end does turn, the other one doesn't, vice versa. It has female garden hose thread on both ends. And that's what I use to hook up the garden hose to that pump to fill the system, to bleed the water out of the pump instead of unscrewing that little plug in the top of the actual pump housing. These little things only cost a few bucks at the local hardware store, and they're darn handy to have. Even if you don't think you're ever going to need one, every once in a while, yep, real handy to have on hand. Now, some of you that aren't familiar with what this little thing does, like I said, it screws onto the end of a garden hose, and then make sure it's good and tight. I take that in and screw it onto the hydrant over here. We'll attach it there, and that's what it does. It attaches the two male ends of a garden hose thread together. There we go. Get it started. Yeah, something kind of like that. And when we turn on the water, that hose will pressurize and run over way over there to the pump and fill the pump full of water, so it's primed and ready to go. We've got the water hooked up to the valve here on the back side of this gray pipe that feeds into all of this mess. And to make sure we got the air out of that line, we'll open this up and flush the junk out of that filter. And as you can see, there was a little bit of air in it, or her anyway. I don't know if I got the camera over in time to see it or not. But anyway, we'll let that run for a minute. Make sure the system's got a lot of water in it and no air. While that filter valve is still on, we will open the valve here on the pump. Yep, drops the pressure coming out that filter because that pipe is now filling back up full of water. And we'll go ahead and shut this off. And we'll see if we got any leaks out of that union. If that union's leaking, we're going to lose our prime and the suction, and the pump won't pick up the water. Now that pump is quieting down, so it must be sucking up some water. We'll test it right here and see. Okay, that's water pressure coming out of there. Okay, that shut off the hose that's feeding it, so the pump is what's actually pumping water and pushing it right there. So yeah, I'd say the pump's back in business again. What do you call a redhead with a voracious appetite for flirtation? Give up? A strawberry tart. Oh, that's bad. And before I forget, I would like to wish you and yours a very happy 4th of July vacation weekend. If you get one and you're traveling, be safe, be careful out there, and let's all have a good one. Don't forget, lock up your pets when you're setting off fireworks. You don't want to scare them off and make them run to the next county. Anyway, that's going to wrap up today's little video. I hope it wasn't too terrible boring for you, but it's just one of the little things that goes on here at the farm that you got to take care of every now and again. As always, thank you for subscribing. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up, thumbs down, leave a comment in the comment section on the channel here, and let all your friends and family know about this sort of stuff that if you see here that on my channel. If you like it, pass the word on and let them enjoy a little bit of this too. Kind of tough, you know, being a single guy trying to run the farm, but and it isn't a very big farm, but still it's a lot of work for one fella. So I do appreciate any support you can do by subscribing to the channel. Anyway, thanks a lot. I'm Farmer Dave, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye-bye now.